December 1944, the Ardennes Forest. Private Elias Vance hadn't felt real warmth in weeks. The cold was a physical, clawing enemy, far more constant than the Germans. It was a dense, suffocating silence that defined the winter offensive, broken only by the rhythmic crunch of snow under his worn boots. He and Sergeant Riley were scouting ahead of their pinned-down platoon, the air thick with the smell of frozen pine and unspent fear. Every tree line seemed to hold an unseen menace. They moved for 30 minutes, landmarks blending into gray, indistinguishable shapes. Elias adjusted the frozen strap of his M1 Garand. He was thinking of his mother's kitchen, the impossible smell of hot apple pie, when the silence shattered. The sound was sharp, immediate. Sergeant Riley grunted, a wet, terrible sound, and collapsed without a word. Elias didn't hesitate. He plunged headfirst behind a wide frozen oak log. His heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic drum in the universal quiet. He couldn't see the enemy, but the fire was precise, coming from a cluster of snow-covered rocks 50 yards to his right, a hidden position. Elias was alone, pinned down and slowly freezing. He knew he couldn't wait for backup. Survival was a sequence of brutally efficient actions, not courage. With numb fingers, he fumbled for a fragmentation grenade. He pulled the pin, whispered a prayer he didn't believe, counted 3, and hurled it high. The resulting explosion was muffled by the deep snow, sounding more like a heavy thud than a blast. But the return fire stopped. Elias used the precious seconds of shock. He scrambled to his feet and sprinted, low and fast, toward the position. 2 German soldiers staggered out, dazed. Elias raised his rifle and fired 3 rapid shots. The empty clip flew out, hitting the snow. Silence returned, heavier than before. Elias leaned against the cold rock, shaking. It wasn't the cold. It was the raw, violent relief of having survived a 30-second eternity. The war wasn't glorious parades. It was a dead man in the snow and the smell of gunpowder on a bitter winter day.